Hello, everybody. Today we are going to do a little cleaning up in the social media department. So I am going to share my screen here and go to my presentation, click present. Ta-da! Here we are. Okay, so a lot of us may never have gone through our social media accounts, and today is the day. So who are we connected with? Do we still want to be connected with these people? And what are the privacy settings that we have set up for each of the social media accounts? Do we have any stalkers out there that are watching everything that we're posting? Do we even know? So let's just start with Facebook. So Facebook started back in 2007. That is a long time ago, 14 years ago. And most of us, this was kind of our first social media platform. So we were like babes in the woods, not really even knowing what to do. So a little confused, but Facebook helped us out by walking us through and asking us if we remembered people from our past, where we grew up, what schools we went to, what companies we've worked for. And they really helped kind of navigate the waters to finding everyone and anyone we ever had contact with. So think back for a minute when you did set up your Facebook account. Do you remember who you connected with at that time? It's a long time ago. I'm sure, I don't know if you set it up in 2007, but whenever you did set it up, we probably don't remember. I don't remember. And then our connections have access to everything we're posting and all of our photos. So here's where we need to go. I just looked at this and it was a little confusing to even find. So we're going to go to facebook.com, right? And then over in the upper right-hand corner, there is this little arrow. I circled it here in yellow. And you're going to click on that. And then you're going to click on settings and privacy. Then it's going to bring up the privacy checkup. It's pretty handy. So you click on each of these different boxes, and then when you're done, it'll prompt you to get to the next box, and it walks you through all of the privacy settings and what you want to share, what you don't want to share, who you want to share it with, who you want to have access to seeing your stuff. Facial recognition is on there too, which I thought was a little startling, but you can turn this off if you want. You just click this little toggle here. And then at the end, go back here real quick. See way down here how it says, click here for more in settings. So we want to do that after we've gone through each of these boxes. And then we're going to click on the, this thing right here, settings. And then this is what comes up. So now in here, we want to click on privacy. And then it will walk you through just verifying all the different things you want to make sure are set to who can view. That's the important thing. And then we want to go through, we want to do this for all the other social media accounts. And what we need to remember also is what our password is for the social media accounts, because a lot of us use the same login, username, and password for all of our accounts. And I have spoken about this before, but just to remind everybody, that's not a good idea, because what happens is if your information is involved in a data breach somewhere, and it's that same username and same password, somebody can go to your other accounts and try to log in. And if they can get in and then change the password, now that account is in their control and not your control. So you want to make sure that each account has a different password, a nice strong password, complex with some numbers and some lowercase letters and that kind of thing, because we want to make sure nobody can get in here. Because somebody can get in there. Now they're pretending that they're you. They're sending messages to people. Who knows what they're doing, right? But we don't want anybody in our social media accounts. This is very, very important. So we just went through the privacy settings in Facebook. Now you're going to go through all the other privacy settings. You're going to feel so much better when you've done this. And then you got to think about, what are your kids' privacy settings for their social media? Did they even look at them? They probably just set up whatever they're on and, TikTok or Snapchat and started firing away with what they're posting, and who they're connected with is probably the standard settings. So that's a good thing to take a look at too. And I have a fun family activity. We always talk about no devices at dinner, but this is a good time to say maybe, hey, let's all sit down together and go through our settings to make sure that we are not exposing information or anything to people that we don't want to be doing that with. So you could sit down together, help your kids go through some of this stuff, and make them realize that there even are privacy settings, because they might not even know, which is kind of startling. Then after we do that, now we want to do a little bit more cleaning. Now we know what our privacy settings are for the people that we are currently connected with. So that's a good thing. Big, big step. Now the next thing we want to take a look at is, who are all these people that we are connected with? right? So we want to keep our social circles as tight as possible. I think when a lot of people opened up their social media accounts, they wanted to be connected with everybody and anybody. So they just sent out connection requests or accepted connection requests from lots of different people. Well, now with everything that's going on with cyber criminals and with scammers and all that kind of stuff, we want to make sure we're keeping that circle as tight as we can be. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go through and we want to remove connections with people we have never met in person, right? If we've never met this person in person, and maybe we have never even spoken to this person, is it really even that person? We're going based on their profile picture or maybe some of the stuff that they're posting. So let's try to eliminate those people. Then we want to go through and say, even though I know these people, have I been in contact with them or have I communicated with them over the last 5 years? And if the answer is no, they can go too. And this could be a fun thing that you keep track of with your kids too. Have them go through their accounts too and take out the people that they're not communicating with. And definitely the kids should not be connected with people that they don't know, right? And then after we do this, you're going to feel so much better. You're going to have your privacy settings. You're going to have gone through and review your connections. You're going to know what your kids' privacy settings are. And they're going to be going through and eliminating people that may be Mr. Creepy, acting as if they're, one of their friends. Then after we do that, we're going to set the calendar and we're going to quickly do this again in 6 months. And 6 months flies by just like that. So every 6 months, we're going to quickly go through, check the privacy settings, and then also, who we're connected with and see if there's anybody we don't need to be. So that is that. And I hope this was a helpful little tidbit here. And hold on, I can stop sharing. Stop sharing. There I am. All right. So I hope that was helpful, and go through and clean up your social media accounts. See you next time.